Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and if you're new here, my name is Edward Smith and welcome to my YouTube channel. And today we're going to be doing a studio monitor comparison between the very successful and popular Yamaha HS7s versus the brand new Adam Audio A7Vs. I know that a lot of you guys are looking for a quality pair of studio monitors, and at the top of that list we have these two pairs that I feel are at different prices. They offer different things, and depending on your budget, one of these studio monitors could be the perfect fit for your setup. So to kick off this comparison between the Yamaha HS7s and the Adam Audio A7Vs, I think it's really important to understand their price difference, because yes, the A7Vs are newer, they come with quite a few more modern features and touches, where the HS7s have been around for quite a while, so you can't really compare them head to head in that way, because there is a big price difference as well. So a lot more money went into making these compared to the HS7s. But having a look at the front panel where we're going to start, the A7Vs have a 7-inch cone, where the HS7s have a 6.5-inch cone. So the bigger cone on the A7Vs is definitely going to give you a touch more low end, which is definitely something you want in a home studio setup, especially if you're mixing. And speaking of low end, you have two bass ports in the front here. That means extra low end blowing onto your ears, where the HS7s have their bass port on the back, blowing out against the wall. So you have less low end already because of the smaller cone of the HS7s, and you also have even less low end because the bass port is on the back. Another big difference between these studio monitors regarding the front panel is their tweeter. The Adam Audio A7Vs have a rotatable waveguide, which allows you to actually have these studio monitors placing vertically or horizontally, where you can place the HS7s horizontally, but it's definitely not recommended, and Yamaha say especially that these are designed to be standing vertically because you can't actually rotate the waveguide the way you can with the A7Vs. And the A7Vs also have the very iconic XR tweeter on the front, which is a focal point for these studio monitors, where the HS7s have their basic tweeter, which is loved by a lot of producers, and if you've been using these, you kind of tend to love it more and more each day. But if you're starting out at first, you're definitely gonna love the XR tweeter just a bit more. And then moving on to the back panel differences between these studio monitors, a big feature that the A7Vs have that the HS7s don't is room adaptation, where you can set up these studio monitors more specifically for your room environment, jumping through 100 different frequency options that even connects to Sonar Works for even a more detailed type setup with its very own software, which is obviously a 2022 modern touch, where the HS7s just have basic room control and a trim feature. So not even close to the same level in terms of setting up the studio monitors better for your specific space. And then the A7Vs also offer 3 different voicing options, including pure, UNR, and extended, and a volume knob that can run up to plus 12 dB, where the HS7's maximum dB output is around plus 4. In terms of inputs, the A7Vs have an XLR and RCA option, where the HS7s have an XLR and TRS option. And if I had to pick between the two, I'd probably go for the TRS. Now, we've covered the difference in the outside aspects of these studio monitors in terms of the front panel and the back panel, but there's 2 key things you also want to look out for, which includes the total frequency range and the watts. The watts really tells you how much headroom you have, and the more watts you have, the more headroom you have, the more you can really pinpoint details when mixing and using compression and all of these things. And in this case, there's quite a big difference. The A7Vs give you 130 total watts, where you get only 90 watts with the HS7, so a lot more headroom with the A7Vs compared to the Yamaha HS7s. And when we look at the frequency range as well, there is also quite a big difference, where the HS7s give you around 43 Hz to 30 kHz, where the A7Vs give you a frequency range of 44 Hz all the way up to 45 kHz. So you're at least getting 15 kHz more with the A7Vs than you would with the HS7. So definitely a lot more headroom with the A7Vs and also a bigger frequency range. But to really tell the difference between these two, it's time for the sound quality test. Now for the final take. Okay, so $320 versus $800. Do you think the difference between these two are fair in terms of sound quality, features, overall build quality? Is it really valid to pay $500 more for the A7Vs compared to the HS7s? Honestly, I think so. Starting off with the sound quality, the mid-range on the HS7s are absolutely fantastic. They're clear, they're bright, even the high end is really good. But you're really paying full low end when it comes to studio monitors, and that's why the extra cone size, the woofer in the front, just the tight low end that you get with the A7Vs is really unmatched compared to the HS7s. I think for around $300 there aren't a better pair of studio monitors that offer as much as the HS7s, but if you're looking at a modern touch in terms of room adaptation, great sound, a tight low end, not really needing a subwoofer with the A7Vs, they are really worth that extra $450 per monitor. But at the end of the day, depending on what your budget is specifically, both of these studio monitors are the best of the best at their specific price points, and they'll definitely do a fantastic job for your setup.